The crew of the USS Discovery is on their way to meet Starfleet and the Federation. We've got a preview of what to expect in the upcoming episode 5 of season 3. Check out the main trailer here.
We're here, Federation Headquarters.
Discovery is reporting for duty.
Trusting you is a risk Starfleet cannot take since the burn. You're not home yet.
I believe that here there are answers for all of us.
The Admiral's given us this chance. They can't fail. Let's show them who we are.
Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Trek Central. Today we'll be breaking down the preview trailers for Star Trek Discovery Season 3 Episode 5, which is titled Die Trying. The upcoming episode is written by James Duff and Sean Cochran, while being directed by Maja Volo, who has directed episodes of Star Trek Picard before. Of course, if you are new around here and want to stay up to date with the latest Star Trek development in news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video. You can also follow us on social media to get daily updates about the Trek universe. Be warned, there will be spoilers in this video for episode 4 and as we talk about episode 5 as well, so watch at your own risk. Okay, let's warp into this. Following episode 4, we know that the Discovery crew have located the Federation Headquarters, which Starfleet would likely be at as well. This location was obtained thanks to Adira Tal, who after a quick trip to the planet of Trill and a personal mission, managed to connect with her symbiote and access Federation Admiral Senental's memories. Episode 5's trailer appears to suggest that the crew's next port of call is to this location, so let's dive into our trailer breakdown and see what it all means for the episode ahead. Of course, like I said, spoiler warning. Now this is the trailer you saw at the start of this video and I've linked it down below in case you want to watch it and check it out for any details we might have missed. The opening shot shows the USS Discovery approaching some sort of spatial cloud. Personally, I'm going to suggest this might be a nebula, or perhaps Federation HQ is located within this place, or it could allude to another part of this episode, which we'll discuss as the trailer goes on. It would be cool if this some type of artificial nebula that clouds the Federation headquarters and sort of makes it invisible, to keep the location safe from any passers-by. The bridge crew are relieved to arrive at Federation headquarters, with Lieutenant Detmer saying, "We're here, Federation headquarters," while we can see Ensign Tilly and bridge crew officers excited to have a chance to meet with the actual Federation once again, or what's left of them in this case. Thinking about it, it partially alludes to the log that Dr. Hugh Culber made last episode, in that everyone on board Discovery is holding on to hope for meeting Starfleet and the Federation once again, especially after a crushing blow, the Earth is no longer the de facto place for the once great organisation, nor is a part of it at all. As crew members appear excited at arriving, including Paul Stamets and Commander Jet Reno looking out of a window, Captain Saru speaks by saying, "Discovery is reporting for duty." Our next shot shows Captain Saru, Commander Burnham and Adira walking into a modern building, likely the Federation HQ that has been referenced so far. It's interesting that Adira is taken along with the away mission, but when you think about it, they do have Admiral Senental's memories thanks to the Trill's symbiote, which they carry, so therefore they are a vital asset to the team. A man, likely a Starfleet Admiral, says the following: "Trusting you is a risk that Starfleet cannot take since the burn." This man is dressed in a modern Starfleet uniform. You can tell this with his fact his badge is a modern 32nd century version of the typical Starfleet comm badge. A younger officer also stands next to him as he looks at a computer readout. Looking at his uniform, it's likely this man is a Starfleet Admiral and one of the senior officers at the Federation HQ location. His uniform is very similar to that of Senental we saw last episode, but with some slight variations in his pauldrons and rank pips. Perhaps denoting a higher rank with this man being the Fleet Admiral of Starfleet, or maybe the CNC. It's worth noting that the actor who plays this character is Adair Fear, who is well known for his appearance in the 1999 remake of The Mummy. Already from his first appearances as a Starfleet official, we're getting Badmiral vibes from him. Then again, most Starfleet Admirals seem to be jerks about something, so who knows. His line of, "You're not home yet," likely relates to the previous line of not trusting the Discovery. Commander Burnham's shock says it all to us. After practically moving mountains, it appears Discovery and her crew will still have to do something else to feel safe and welcome amongst their own people once again. This could suggest that it will give Discovery a mission before they officially welcome them home. Thinking about it, it's wise that this version of the Federation does not trust the Discovery. A starship from the 23rd century just wandering around is strange enough, but one does not appear on record, now that would likely set some alarm bells ringing for anyone. We have to look at the fact that Federation and Starfleet is not what it once was. It's a shadow of its former self. Therefore they have to take precautions and trust people over time, especially if the burn was a targeted attack against the Federation. A shot of a Discovery tractor beaming some sort of shuttle or small ship is seen, along with a Discovery crew complement standing in the main hangar bay with Captain Saru and Commander Burnham. An unknown Starfleet officer from the 32nd century stood off to the left-hand side. This character has appeared in the main trailer before, interacting with Jet Reno and Paul Stamets. Captain Saru can be heard saying the following: "I believe that here there are answers for all of us." This line of his ties into a conversation with Commander Burnham, which is also featured in the exclusive The Ready Room clip, which we'll break down in a moment, so stay tuned for that. In the background of a scene in which the Discovery crew is in the Shuttle Bay, you see a futuristic Starfleet ship, which we actually did see in episode 3 of the season when Burnham was describing the Burn event. A close yet still obscured view of it still has some crossfield type saucer with twin nacelles protruding off the saucer it seems, giving quite a futuristic Xindi reptilian look in a way. I don't know, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. The unknown Starfleet Admiral can be seen again, looking down on Adira. Perhaps this officer used to know Admiral Senental. This would be a similar interfection to how people saw Jadzia Dax in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Because they knew her former host, they sometimes would react differently to that of Jadzia Dax, even though the simian is the same. Another shot can be seen of Philippa Giorgio meeting with some officials in some room. These officials are dressed in different uniforms to that of the other Starfleet personnel we have seen so far. Their uniforms are white with grey. Now a gentleman stands in the background in a full black suit and tie. My immediate thought, these might be Section 31 agents or Starfleet intelligence. Considering we're talking to Giorgio, this would make sense. We're not sure right away, but this was our first thought upon seeing this room and these individuals. We'll talk more about the gentleman in the background in a moment as he appears again. Continuing on, Commander Burnham can be heard saying, "The Admiral has given us this chance, we can't fail." Additional montage clips show Saru and Tilly looking onto something, a strange alien or shapeshifter of sorts fighting with Burnham, as well as the Starfleet Admiral walking into this new type of Federation facility. We're unsure what this is, but you can see robots similar to those of the Dot 6 repair droids aboard Discovery, and Pike's Enterprise working around the room, albeit future versions of course. Commander Nhan can also be seen in a similar room to what Burnham was in when fighting the alien shapeshifter thingy. Honestly, I'm not sure how to describe that so far. A barrage of quick flashing montage shots of a Discovery bridge, an alien passing out in a futuristic medical bay, and a shot of this mysterious man dressed in black. We did say we'd mention him again. This mysterious gentleman is played by David Cronenberg, who is a well-known Canadian film director and screenwriter, who's also acted in several films. Considering Star Trek Discovery is filmed in Toronto, it makes sense that a well-known Canadian film director would make a quick cameo. Though who is this character? Well, as we mentioned before, our first suspicion is that this gentleman is associated with Starfleet Intelligence or Section 31. The Federation and Starfleet are likely going to be suspicious on how and why the Discovery got to where they are, so having someone look into it would make sense. This person wears the 32nd century Starfleet badge as well, so it's likely something to do with intelligence or information in our opinion. Discovery can be seen approaching this blue spatial cloud once again, which sends out a pulse of sorts, knocking the ship and affecting it. This can be seen inside the bridge, with Commander Burnham standing at the front while Captain Saru is in the command chair. Thinking about it, this is probably some sort of defense to stop people from entering the cloud, which is probably, as I said previously, cloaking a Federation HQ. Burnham delivers her killer line of, "Let's show them who we are," as the trailer closes out, leaving us excited for what's to come with episode 5 of Star Trek Discovery Season 3. Thinking about it, I'm going to make a bet here. I honestly think the Ready Room scene is going to take place first, with Saru and Burnham chatting about meeting Starfleet. Discovery then approaches a blue cloud, which activates the defense. Burnham says, "Let's show them who we are," therefore revealing themselves as Starfleet. They get welcomed in. Honestly, I'll be surprised if I've actually just predicted the first quarter of the episode there, but hey ho, I think I'm a big enough fan to maybe make that prediction right now. Okay, our quick thoughts on this trailer. It's clear that Discovery is going to meet with Starfleet and the Federation, or rather what is left of these once great organisations. As this is an ever-evolving plot, we highly doubt they'll be welcomed with opening arms. As the trailer suggests, things are not so simple. According to Will Wheaton, who hosts the after-show series called The Ready Room, this episode is jam-packed with surprise reveals. Part of us wonders if they'll tie in elements of Trek's legacy. Think about it, we're in the 32nd century. You could easily have a Starfleet officer called Riker, perhaps they're a descendant of the legendary William T. Riker, captain of the USS Titan. Something like that could work. Honestly, they could throw a little reference in here, and it would probably fit, to be honest. Let's quickly talk about the exclusive clip shown of the Ready Room for episode 5. This features a conversation between Captain Saru and First Officer Commander Michael Burnham. The clip sequence, which is likely to be Discovery's opening, features Captain Saru giving what we think is his first official captain's log. Honestly, it's refreshing to hear the words captain's log, even more so when they're spoken by Doug Jones as Saru. Saru mentions that they are now heading to both Federation and Starfleet Headquarters, making it seem like they've become a single entity in this future in order to survive. This does develop some interesting story elements of why they must coincide, but could also just be used because Federation and Starfleet are sometimes used interchangeably to describe both the same and separate organizations. He hopes that they are eager to welcome them home as they are to be home, but as we know from the other promo video, they aren't too eager, but I'm sure if Saru as captain, he will convince them. It's also nice to hear not only Burnham refer to Saru as captain, but Saru referring to Burnham as number 1. It's just a small thing, but it just adds so much to the scene. Saru's asked for all logs and reports be ready to be given to Starfleet, and even though they are pressing questions about the Burnham search, Burnham asks if she could ask Starfleet about her mother, Gabriella Burnham. As we know from episode 3 of the season, Burnham's mother did not return to Terra Elysium like they expected, and could still be out there somewhere in the 32nd century or somewhere else entirely. Another thing could make the story go any which way. And really, that's all in the Ready Room preview. Not anything as big as finding out what exactly the burn is, like we did for episode 3's preview, but still enough to make us anticipate for the next episode, Die Trying. And talking about the episode title, Die Trying, for those who don't know, the latest Discovery tie-in book was titled Die Standing, and its main character was Philippa Georgiou. These two titles being so close makes me believe that it might link in some way, and especially in the fact the book was written by John Jackson Miller, who wrote The Enterprise War, which linked into Discovery Season 2. Aspects of this book could come up, especially if we get a focus on Philippa in the B-plot of this episode. Whether this has something to do with Philippa's experience in Section 31, or maybe some knowledge she gained in the book, I highly recommend reading Die Standing, and if anything in the book is mentioned in the next episode, we'll be the first ones to report on it. So make sure to stay up to date by hitting the subscribe button or following us on our various social media, or even joining our community Discord server. We're really enjoying the community discussions we're having with you right now. Okay, that wraps up our breakdown, speculation, and preview of the upcoming episode 5 of Star Trek Discovery. Don't forget, combined with our weekly reviews which air on Thursday, we're also streaming live on Sundays at 9 PM GMT to discuss the latest episode in Star Trek news. Tune in this week to see the latest breakdown and our thoughts on the latest episode, including your discussions and theories. For now, I've been Captain Jack, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Live long and prosper, my friends.